Yo, welcome back to another episode of Catching Feelings. We are here with another guest. Thank you, first of all, for making it. Omphe, right? Is it
Omphemetse. Omphe.
Omphemetse.
Yes.
Ah, cool, man. Well, listen, I mean, obviously, our normal structure is that we ask our guests to introduce themselves, tell us more about who they are, so that at least, we can see if people can relate to you or to your stories or whatever you want to be talking about. So yeah, your name, surname, where you from, age if you want to, relationship status, because this is, by the way, a relationship and dating podcast. I always find it weird, like when I ask girls about it's like, but you're on a relationship and dating podcast. We're talking about life things, controlling actions, So we gotta know these things. Yeah. So go ahead.
Name Omphemetse Mabe.
Yeah.
From Forsley, just around the corner.
Oh, okay.
Actually.
Yeah.
A lady never tells her age.
Oh wow.
But I'm well within my late 20s.
Okay, cool. That still works.
Your relationship status. Let's just not speak about that.
Come
now.
on, that is the whole.
But I mean, the smile gives it away, does it not?
Okay, so you are seeing someone.
Yes, fairly new, but I am seeing someone.
Oh snap! We're gonna talk about this, right?
Yeah, I know.
Okay,
I know.
Cool. Okay,
I know.
let's continue. Okay.
I'm a lover girl, man. Like, I'm down for love. I believe in love. Hurt me, I'll move on to the next one.
Oh shit!
Like a hardcore believer in love. Like I'm a Libra. I strive for balance as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's just me.
And then career-wise, like, what do you do?
I am in procurement.
Procurement. Okay.
Studied logistics at the University of Johannesburg.
Mm-hmm.
Graduated in 2020. That was the last graduation. Currently, this is my third, if not fourth year working.
Okay.
Second year in procurement.
Yeah.
And I'm loving what I do.
Oh snap, man.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Is this like your dream career, or is this maybe like a stepping stone to where you wanna find yourself doing ultimately?
Right now, I am going to confidently say that procurement is definitely where I want to be.
Oh, okay.
I mean, the next 5 years, the goal is definitely to be a housewife.
So
Oh, yes.
So ideally, you want to be a housewife.
Yes, that's the end goal.
Oh,
whoever marries me, baby, please. Just know that I'm destined to be a housewife. I'm destined to be a mom. I'm destined to be a wife. I'm destined to be a home builder.
Okay.
And I can, but I don't want to do all of that whilst having a career.
So no kids yet?
No kids as yet.
Okay, lucky you, man. Huh? Okay, cool. Yeah, man. All right, so, because usually I like to ask people this, like, are your parents still together?
No.
Okay.
No. I was raised by a single parent.
Okay.
My mom,
okay,
that is, never had a relationship with my father.
Mm-hmm.
It's just always just been me, my mom, and my brother.
Like since you were young?
For as long as I can remember. Like I'm saying, I'm in my late 20s.
Mm-hmm.
I think the last memory I have of that gentleman is probably, maybe, I don't even know if I should say it's a memory, but maybe when I was 3, 4, 5.
Oh, I see.
So basically I've never known him, and it was on and off thing, so it's always just been me and my mom and my brother.
Oh, cool. By the way, like you mentioned your brother, like is this older or younger brother?
My brother's younger. My brother's 14 years younger than me.
14?
14.
Wow.
Yeah, he's still in high school.
So he actually also doesn't know his pops as well. He's also kind of...
No, he's got a different one.
Oh, I see.
Yes,
okay. Oh, kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
He knows his father very well. I've got more of a relationship with his dad than I do with mine. I love his dad to bits. Wow. That's like my dad.
Yeah.
That's just about it.
But then if it was 14 years later, but then you got to know him when you were how old?
I got to know my brother's dad when I was in grade 3.
Oh, okay, cool. So he kind of did become like a father figure.
He is like my dad, essentially.
Yeah.
Apart from my grandfather, that's the only other male figure I know in my life.
Yeah, because the reason why I usually ask that, because I've realized just in terms of conversation with a lot of people, is that the relationship with parents kind of also, builds or kind of shapes into who you become, the person in terms of relationships.
100%.
So that's why I'm always curious about parents in terms of asking, are they still together? Do you grow up in two households? Do you grow up in one? And also for you, in your experience, do you think that lacked, or did it add on, or did it take away from your engagement with the opposite sex in any way?
It did,
In which way?
It's a good and a bad thing, both negative and a positive. Mm-hmm. Positive in the sense that because I was raised by a very strong, independent woman, she dumped all of that onto me,
See.
So I have a strong sense of independence.
Okay.
I know I just said I want to be a housewife.
I was like, okay.
But most of my life, I've always only ever known independence. It's only now that I am becoming my own woman. not staying at home, in relationships, and so on and so forth, that I'm realizing that just because I come from a single parent household, it does not mean that I cannot aspire to have a partner who's going to be there for my kids, And in terms of how that affects my relationships, one of my very, very old previous relationships, I was not dominant, but I wanted things to happen my way because I knew things happening according to the female way. It's only now that I'm becoming softer and I'm seeing, accepting, and absorbing the role that a man is supposed to play in my life.
Okay.
Right? Other people might say it's daddy issues.
Okay.
Because somehow, I just want, there's this other meme that says, I become so blank when I'm with my man.
Yeah.
I'm that person, and to some degree, I think that had I had a father figure, my dad, in my life growing up, I'd probably see things from a different lens, but right now, I'm just that girl. When I'm with my baby, I'm just... I'm just a girl.
Because I think what's interesting is understanding that transition as well, because what you realize sometimes that, especially when you just mentioned now that before you used to be highly independent, and then now you figure out that you're more feminine, you're more into your girly side. But I'm more interested in that transition. What made you transition into that? Because I'm trying to understand, like, where did that change come from? Was it because of the kind of guys you're dealing with, or was it because of just like stuff you're seeing from your surroundings that kind of influenced you in terms of like, okay, maybe I don't have to be hot all the time and stuff like that? So,
it definitely just came from the partners.
Okay.
That I got to be with.
Okay.
And fortunately, with every partner that I've been with, I became softer.
Did you? Okay.
I know with most people they want to become harder, because you're trying to protect yourself,
of course,
from the same mistakes or the same feelings that you experienced. But with me, it's literally just always been a matter of, I was this hardcore person that just did things independently for themselves, by themselves, to now, currently, let me contextualize it.
Okay.
I don't do anything. Like, I even pick up the phone just to make a simple decision. So it literally it's all about the people that you meet and how that person treats you. If you are not going to treat me how I'd want to be treated, ideally, then you're not for me.
Okay.
But if you're going to show potential of being the person that you are going to be for me, and you are going to meet the criteria that I have built in my head, then I'm going to give you a fighting chance.
Wow. So then, with that being said, what kind of guys do you think you used to attract to, or maybe just in terms of the kind of guys you've dated in the past, what kind of guys were you attracting?
Very nonchalant men.
Really?
Right now, I can talk about no shalanta. Shalanta away. Like, just be chalant.
Okay.
I used to attract guys.
Just unpack that a little bit, maybe for people who don't understand what you mean nonchalant.
Nonchalant.
What does that look like?
I'm definitely a girl that's in her field.
Okay.
I need to be catered to, and by me saying being catered to, I don't mean financially only. Emotionally, I'm a very emotional being. I cry when I'm happy. I cry when I'm sad. I cry when I'm upset. I'm a crier, And if you're not there for me when I need you to be there for me, then that to me, or when I vent to you rather about whatever it is that I'm going through, then that to me says that you're nonchalant. You don't really care about what I'm going through, or you're just okay, baby. I don't need that person in my life.
What do you need exactly? Because I'm asking, because I've always had problems with that as well. I've always said that it's difficult for me to know how to comfort a woman who's emotional, like in terms of, because sometimes because you never know how to respond. Sometimes it's a thing of like you being emotional, you just want somebody to listen. You don't really want him to solve the problem. Another part, you actually want him to actually be active and give you advice, help you, give you solutions, whatever. So it's difficult to kind of find a middle ground when you're dealing with an emotional woman as well. So that's why it's like, how do you bridge that gap?
I think it depends on the situation at hand.
Okay.
Right. If I'm coming to you and I'm calling you baby, and I start crying, you know, you just literally you're gonna have to listen to me, because there's no way you can go from wherever you are to ShopRite.
Yeah.
For me.
Okay.
You know.
Also, this is on the phone.
This is like, yeah.
Not after.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I'm saying, it differs on the situation at hand. But if I'm still calling you and I'm saying, you know, I had such a bad day.
Yeah.
This and that happened. I'm going to need you to be logical.
Okay.
With a dash of empathy.
Yeah, that's a lot. Just for
empathy towards me. You know, I think most of the times, females, I speak for most of the females,
okay, of
right?
Course.
When venting to you, we don't just need you to be logical most of the time. I think that's the problem that you guys that you guys have. You know, you approach our situations with logic. We don't need you guys to be logical. What we need from you is empathy.
Okay.
And I find that many guys struggle with it. You know, if I needed logic, I was going to take it upon myself to be logical about the situation at hand. You know, but because I'm coming to you, it means I need you to be empathetic with me. Like, somehow validate my feelings.
Okay.
You know, even though you're wrong, or I'm overreacting. I, for one, tend to overreact a lot. While aware of that fact.
Okay.
But at that moment, in that moment, empathize with me. You know, reassure me. And then, how so when I toast them more? Then you can say, hey, madam,
okay.
You kind of jumped a little bit. You were not supposed to.
Okay, but how does that reassurance look like? And the reason I'm asking, because there's people maybe who might be watching this episode and listening, but like, you know what, I've experienced this with my girl. She's always complaining, but when she complains, yeah, I don't know, like, because I'll say one thing and then she reacts opposite. With obviously the intent is to try to kind of be empathetic, as you said, but then maybe how it comes out, maybe it sounds like maybe I'm not being sensitive to your feelings or anything, or something like that as well. So how does that empathy look like? And I know it might be different for different women and whatever, but for you specifically, like, how does that look like? So let's just paint the scenarios you did earlier on. Like you telling your man, hey, baby, lying, what, don't stress, hey, this is going on. Or maybe it's like you had a bad day at work and you get to your man and you tell him that, listen, baby, today was rough. It was crazy. Hey, this girl who hates me, we got into an argument. My boss is telling me crap and whatever. As your man, how do I respond to that? Or how do you expect me to respond?
First and foremost, you do not interject.
Okay.
Right.
Guys, take notes, don't interject.
Don't interject. Interjection is the worst thing that a man can do to a girl, you know, while venting about, in this case, the bad day that I had at work.
Okay.
Don't interject while I am talking or I'm venting about whatever it is that is not sitting well with me.
Okay.
You know, let me finish. You know, and then after crying, what I prefer my partner to do is to ask me, okay, are you feeling better? After you let it out, because now you've let it out, right? And then from there, I guess just provide emotional support.
Okay.
Right? For example, yes, baby, malrato made you feel this way.
Yeah.
However, the next time that she pulls such a stunt, block her out or handle it this and this and this.
Yeah.
You know, like constructive feedback.
But no, that's a logical response, right?
No, like it's logical, but like in your logic, put me first.
Yeah.
Right, put me first as your girl, right? Because the moment you say to me, "Hey, baby, let's go na le romare." Wena, why o mo arabile wa re wena malrato wa ntwaela. It makes no sense because now you're trying to make me seem like I'm the bad person.
Okay.
You know, like say, okay, yes, I get that you and malrato had a falling out. You know. The next time she comes at you sideways or she does whatever it is, move a space. Let her go off. You be the bigger person, udidi mali, and see how that's going to work out in the long run, you know. And I'm saying that because it's just happened recently.
Okay.
I went off.
Okay.
You know.
You went off what on your...
I went off on my man.
Yeah.
To a point whereby a part of me, after the fact, I felt like I was somehow putting the blame on him. For what I went through at work. It's got nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
You know. And he came back and is like, he was actually dropping me off at work and is like, don't let the people bother you today. There's never going to be a day whereby you have a day that was 100%. You know, sometimes it'll be 90, sometimes it'll be 50, sometimes it'll be 80, sometimes it'll be 15.
Okay.
You know, wherever it is, just don't let people affect the way that you feel in the long run. I think also he was saying that from a selfish point of view, because he knew however it turns out, it's going to affect him. You know, if I had a great day, we're going to have a great conversation tonight. If I had a bad day, Shem, he's going to be the one to console me. So that's just how, just be very empathetic.
Yeah.
A lot of gentlemen struggle with being empathetic towards females. And I understand because we're very complicated as a
Tell
gender.
me about it. Yeah, it's like
we are a very complicated.
I mean, here we are talking about it. So that's how complicated it is. We even made a podcast about it.
We are a very complicated gender.
Yes.
However,
you know, like as soon as I hear however, I'm like, oh my gosh. So basically, it's not. That's not it.
There's never any winning.
Yeah.
There's never a straight answer when it comes to girls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think, I mean, like your explanation about that thing makes sense as well, but I also still go back to the fact that with him being empathetic and all that, but he still got back to him being logical and trying to give you a solution, trying to solve the problem. And maybe it's about timing more than anything.
100%.
You do want solution, but maybe not too early on.
No, I don't want it now.
Yeah.
While I'm telling you,
Yeah.
no, relax.
Okay.
Big boy.
Yeah.
Time baby
Yeah.
and then we can speak about it.
Okay.
Know? Because also we can't shy away from the fact that women are highly emotional beings,
Of course.
whereas men are very logical.
100%.
I think that's where also the clash comes into play some of the times.
But then wouldn't you think or say that in knowing that, then the approach should accommodate that? So what I'm trying to get to is that you knowing that men are logical and me knowing that women are emotional, then you can't then go to a man and say, I don't want you to be logical. If that makes sense. And then for me, I can't, you come, like, me knowing how emotional you are, then that's why sometimes it also goes back to this thing of why sometimes guys don't feel comfortable enough to be too open with their woman. Vulnerable. Because I know as an emotional being, you might take what I'm telling you and then internalize it and be emotional by the way. Yeah, maybe let's say I lost my job today. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm being vulnerable with you. But for you, you might be emotional about it, like, oh, what am I going to do? How am I going to buy food? How are you going to take care of me? All that. You know what I'm saying? Now you internalize on that situation. But for me, because knowing that you're an emotional person, now I'm putting that burden on you as well. Like, okay, I still had to be open with it because, you know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying. Sometimes it's a bit of a tricky situation.
It's a tricky one.
Yes.
It's very sticky as well. And I agree with you. It's very difficult to reach common ground most of the time. And I think maybe that's where most conflicts in relationships start. You know, it also goes back to expectations and disappointments.
Of course. Yeah.
You know, because I'm expecting you to be more emotional when it comes to me. You're expecting me to be more logical.
Yes.
You know, and it's very difficult for me to cross the border. Yes. As an emotional person to being a logical person. It becomes very difficult for you as a person that is more logical to be in touch with your emotions somehow. Very tricky. Hate it. That's where Mjolo gets a bit.
It becomes crazy.
It becomes crazy.
So going back to the whole thing of being open, do you believe in men being emotional with their woman? Or vulnerable, open, emotional, whatever you want to call it?
I need you to be vulnerable with me.
Okay, so you expect it?
I do.
Okay.
Only because I don't want to be in a position whereby you're going through things and I don't know about them. I might not know how to handle them or how to help you get through them. But me knowing what you're going through essentially means that I'm going to be more empathetic. I'm going to be able to put myself in your shoes.
Okay.
If I encounter a problem, in the back of my head, I'm always going to remember, no man, he's going through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let me not overwhelm him with whatever it is that I'm going through. He needs my support, then I do need his, because I'm going to be making a comparison in a situation. It's it's just a matter of I didn't find the right heel size. Go Aldo. Versus with you, it's like a heavy thing. Those two things can never be put in the same basket, you know. So I do expect some sort of vulnerability coming from a gent, not just for him and me being there for him, for him, but also tables turn type of situation, you know, like be there for me emotionally. And I think that's what I struggled with the most in my previous relationships. Like it was just like the emotional vulnerability side of support of it, you know. I was just giving and giving and giving. Like, I just literally go off, you know.
Because you're not getting that emotional support that you wanted. Okay.
Like, it was the demise of most of my relationships. I expected a whole lot more emotionally from the people than they were giving to me. And I just felt like they were failing me.
Oh, okay. So basically, you did not manage your expectations.
Wow. You could say that, yes.
Yeah,
I am partially to
okay, cool. And the reason I'm asking that question, because, I mean, obviously there's two scenarios that you can look at. I mean, a guy comes home, tells you, baby, I just got fired. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what we're going to do. I don't know how we're going to pay for mortgage and all that stuff. It's a bit rough right now. Or a guy who, he gets fired, he gets home, he doesn't tell you all this stuff. He sorts it out in the background, he fixes it, and then he tells you, oh, by the way, baby, yeah, I lost my job 2 weeks ago, but then I got another one. We sorted now. Let's go on a vacation.
Okay.
But you understand what I'm saying? Because the one, he was more solution orientated, and he didn't even tell you about him being fired. He didn't drop all of that on you. The other one was very vulnerable with you. He was a bit unsure. He was kind of a bit on shaky ground, and he kind of put it on you as well by kind of put you in the picture. So I'm always finding curious, like, which scenario do you think you'd prefer within those two?
That's weird. Personally, to be very honest with you, right, I would be very upset with my partner if he came home one day, sorted things in the background, and then after 2 weeks told me, oh, by the way, Omphemetse, but now
I've got a new one.
Who was there?
Yeah.
Who was there for you?
His boys.
Who did you speak to?
His boys.
Are you sleeping with your boys? The same bed?
But
are you sharing the same space with your boys?
Oh, is that the question you're asking him?
Why? Because it's going to come across as you prioritizing or trusting your friends more than you trust me. And no girl ever wants to feel that. You know?
Okay.
That's scenario number one.
Okay.
Scenario number two, I appreciate the fact that you came and you were vulnerable with me. And you told me, you know, and you need me to be there for you as your girl. You know? Let's figure it out together. But I wouldn't take it away from the fact that you come home with a solution.
Okay.
Because I, for one, like, I'm going to speak for myself personally. I'm a person that gets stressed by the smallest of things. Like, the tiniest thing will literally just ruin my mood.
Okay.
Be in my feels, you know?
Yeah.
I'll blow things out of proportion, if need be, you know? But if you come with a solution, I also appreciate that. But also, I'm going to say, Mara, why did you not tell me this from the onset? Type of thing, you know? So it's a bit tricky. But if a gun were to be put to my head, and which one do you go for?
Yeah.
My brother, by all means, please go sort it out and then come back. Go sort it out, then you'll come back. Yeah.
But now you can see the eternal struggle that men might go through within that situation, because also me being too vulnerable, I'm also risking you, because I've heard situations where some men can be very vulnerable with their woman. But now, because we don't know what level of vulnerability is going to turn you off, or is going to make you now start doubting me as your man or as your leader, because we don't know that scale, it's risky. You know what I'm saying? It's risky for me to say, hey, maybe this is not that bad. And then I go, it's like, all of a sudden now you've got doubts about my capabilities as a man. Now for you, like you say even yourself, like you overthink things. Now you're starting to think about, so this man probably cannot take care of me long term because he's going through 1, 2, 3. You know what I mean? So guys that end up like choosing the latter of being like, you know what, maybe let me just sort it out, so that worst case scenario is that she gets upset that I didn't tell her, but the situation is sorted. And that might be temporary as well.
100%.
That feeling of, why didn't you tell me what already? That's temporary.
That's me being upset today and tomorrow, and then after that I'm like, Konji.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why actually I added the let's go on vacation part.
Yeah, I'll forgive you for not telling me the truth.
You know what I mean?
Sipping on a cocktail somewhere.
Yeah, so then I think what kind of thing guys are you actually attracted to? Like
leaders.
But like that's such a broad term. Okay, what do you classify as a leader?
A dominant man.
You like a dominant man.
And I'm gonna say that. I'm even gonna look in the camera. I am a very loud, outspoken, extroverted person.
Okay.
Right. So it makes no sense for me to be with a man that's just gonna yes ma'am.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
I need a man that's gonna take authority.
Okay.
You know, a man that's gonna tell me, my sister.
And then where do you get that? Because that's why I think is leading back to the first question of your relationship with men or the opposite sex, just from growing up and your experiences. So are you saying that you were exposed to those kind of men, so you found out that that's what I'm attracted to, or you're exposed to the opposite and realized, no, I liked the other side of it? Maybe you came across guys who are not as masculine or as authoritative or as dominant as before. Then you met a dominant, and was like, okay, there's two parallel opposites. I like this one compared to this one.
My grandfather.
Okay.
Like I said earlier on, my grandfather's the first man that I've known in my life. You know? Followed my stepfather.
Okay.
My grandfather is a very dominant man.
Easy, okay.
You know, and not dominant, he raises his voice and whatnot. I stayed with my grandmother. My grandmother is a yeboba.
And they're still together.
They're still together.
Okay.
You know, I think next year marks they're almost 60 years together in the next 2-3 years.
Oh, snap! Okay.
Right. My grandfather is very dominant. You know, but like subtly so. You know, but maybe also because my grandmother is very timid, unlike me.
Is she very traditional?
She is. I don't know why she does that because it's 2024. But anyway, she's very timid. She grew up in a village. She's traditional like that. She believes in the man as her. In daughter, he's a heel. That's the heel.
She's the neck.
She's the neck. She supports him. You know, and for me, it's just seeing their relationship dynamic. That's why I saw her. And like so, a man is supposed to act this and this and this way. Fortunately, I've never been with a man that allowed me to overpower him. That's always been my fear because I know myself. Yeah, I know how I am, my personality and whatnot. I can't be with a man that's less dominant or less assertive than I am. You know, I don't want a man to be a person that's going to say, because I say to him it's my way or the highway, and then he goes my way. He's scared of going the highway. Oh, okay. Let's go to the highway and see where it's going to take us. You know? Let's see where the highway takes us. Like, challenge me. I'm also not going to be in a relationship with you and just be a yebo baba type of person. Can we challenge each other? Because the only way we're going to grow as individuals and as a couple is if we are challenging each other and we have challenges in our relationship. Okay. So you want him to lead but still accommodate your thoughts and feelings? Listen to me. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, listen to me. But it doesn't necessarily mean because you're hearing what I have to say, we're going to go with my way. Of course. Okay. So you just want to be heard, basically. I want to be heard. Yeah. That's all I want, really and truly, you know. I mean, even if you hear me 100% of the time, but you only take my suggestions 5% of the time, I'm okay with that. As long as I feel heard. That's all that matters to me. Okay, so you've just been fortunate enough to kind of be in with those kind of guys in the past and you were attracted to them. But then what comes to mind is like, then why did those end? Somewhere, somehow. Somewhere, somehow. Jesus, can I even say this? You know why I'm asking as well, maybe just add more context to what I'm asking. It's because there's sometimes, especially with a lot of women, like they'll always list all these things they want from guys. And then when you look at their exes, usually they're the opposite of what they're talking about. Or they were with guys who didn't even exude all these things that they're talking about. Or if they were with that kind of person, they're still not, like they're not with that person anymore. So then it bears the question that, okay, cool. If you had this guy who ticked all your boxes, then what was wrong? Or what went wrong? Or like what was missing? If maybe that's another thing. I'm going to take my current partner out of the scenario. Yeah, no, of course. Right? Oh, listen. Obviously, we're talking about past. We're going to speak about the past three. Yeah. Right? Yeah. With the first one, I ended up dominating him. Okay. He was dominant, but I overpowered him in the long run. You know. How so? Like, how did that look like? I think also because he was young. Oh, younger than me. Was he younger than you? He was younger than me. This woman never did younger. Probably the biggest mistake of my life, but I see Well, so which is interesting that before we go to the other ones, so you
you gave him a chance, knowing that he's younger. Is it because of his like dominance demeanor that kind of like, maybe I'll overlook?
It was more of a physical appearance thing.
Oh, so he didn't look young.
He didn't look young.
Okay, cool.
You know, I'm the one that looked
tiny.
Like I'm quite tiny in body. You know, I looked tinier and.
Oh, to find a year older.
A whole 3 years.
3. Okay.
3 years is a long time, you know. So we try. I think that relationship was like a year, almost 2 years.
Okay.
Right. As time went by, because I'm such a loudmouth person that's got their own
opinions.
Yeah. Very opinionated. I ended up okay. You know. He didn't take too lightly to that. Do you
think that was because you knew that you're older than him? Made that kind of maybe weighed on you? That you felt comfortable in being like that towards him?
To a certain degree.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie to you. Yeah. Then the one after him was 8 years older than me.
Okay.
But he seeked validation too much for my liking.
Really? What is seeking too much validation?
Seeked validation from his family.
Okay. So validation from his family, like...
In terms of everything that he does.
Okay.
He needed validation. Me, validation. Car, validation. Wara, validation. Like, grow up and be a man.
Okay. So basically... yeah, man, sorry, man. Hey, it is what it is. So in essence, what he never backbone type of...
No, he didn't have a backbone.
Yeah.
I don't think he had a backbone.
You know. And you did it for how long?
I think that was another 2 years.
Okay. So are these things that you're picking up later on in the relationship? It's like...
Yeah, like, you know, when I was actually... with my recent ex, I was actually telling a friend of mine, you know, when you're in a relationship and you can see it going to an end.
Oh, shit.
That's when you see, no, man, the end is near. And then you start seeing all these things.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, they start popping up. That's when all these things started popping up for me in all those relationships, you know. And with my recent ex, when they say a person was challenging you.
Also, so his challenge was too much?
Not too much, ne? It was there, but also I wanted to retaliate, but I couldn't retaliate because his family knew me. And he was very close with his family. And I was close with his family, so it was a matter of he was going to go back and say, La mona o dirang. I can't handle this. So I was like, let me just remove myself from the situation before people have a different perception of me than what I've portrayed.
But then why would you want to retaliate on somebody who's dominant, a trait that you want to have?
No,
in a
mara,
like
dominance.
What were you retaliating?
Dominance is shapo mara because I don't dominate ka nonsense. That's what I can dominate the like when now, for an example, that's one of the things that we used to fight about. We both go out. I must be home by midnight. The following day at 10. What nonsense is that?
Yeah. So
I'm a monkey see, monkey do type of girl.
Oh, you serious? Okay.
If we are gonna say we are coming back home by 1 o'clock, I'll give you an hour extra.
Okay.
Be back home by 2:30. That's fine. The moment it strikes 3, my brother, 2 bulls can be in one crowd.
Oh, that's your approach.
That's my approach because you're not leading me. You definitely are not leading me. We are agreeing on something, or you are saying we will both be at home at this time.
Yeah.
And then you go and you do the opposite. What are you saying? What are you teaching? What are you going to teach our kids?
Okay. So that's how... it's funny. We spoke to someone recently. They said, like, for them, they're the same... similar sentiment as well, and they say like they're very petty as well. Like
no, I'm petty to the core. I'm very petty. I'm very petty. Like you know, let's not do that. And the thing is, I try not to be that person. Because like I said in the beginning of this, I'm a lover girl.
Yeah.
I'm gonna prioritize you. I'm going to not center my life around you, but I'm going to make you the number one.
Okay.
If I need to make a decision, you're the first person I'm going to consult. Okay. If I go out, you're going to be the first person that is notified about it.
Yeah.
Whatever I do, you're always going to know about it.
Yeah.
But the moment you start acting otherwise, two can play the game. I don't know if that's going to lead me to the altar. But
I don't know. It's a bit of slippery slope. But anyway, so tell me then, like going back to that. So now what are your thoughts on like guys having restriction on what a girl wears when she goes out? Oh, that's jazz.
Oh, Papa,
What? What do you mean?
You're not my father.
Your father, but that is your man. That's your future husband.
You're my man, and they're no, I'm just joking. I'm joking. I'm a reflection of my partner.
Okay.
My partner's a reflection of me.
Meaning?
How I present myself in the public is how I want you to be seen as my man.
Of course.
How you present yourself in the public is how I want to be seen as your girl.
Okay.
In terms of restrictions and let's also be realistic.
About what?
I know for a fact I'm in a relationship. You know, there's a difference between Omphe that's in a relationship versus
a single Omphe.
A single Omphe.
Yeah.
You know, Omphe that's in a relationship is going to be very respectful, you know?
Okay.
Not just to me as a person and my body, but I'm also thinking of considering my partner.
Yes.
For an example, let's say that day I didn't let him know I'm going to be going to the mall. And then we bump into each other at the mall.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, how's that going to make him feel? You know, how do other people see me? There are scavengers and vultures out there.
We know them. That's why the restrictions are there, because we know.
You know?
Yes.
Same goes with me, you know? Baby, sorry. I don't allow my man to go outside with grey sweatpants. No ways. You don't do that.
Okay.
You don't. You know.
Yeah.
I think that's the only restriction I have when it comes to him. When it comes to me, I don't think there are any restrictions, but common sense.
So like so your man has never kind of been felt otherwise because of you dressing a certain way.
There was a time where I was sick, we were going to go get food.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Are you going out like that?"
Yeah.
That's when I knew, okay.
It's a problem.
It's a problem. And I was like, "No, it's fine, baby. I'll stay in the car." And I stayed in the car.
Okay.
You know, because also we were indoors the whole day.
Okay.
You know, and that's what I was in. That was the closest thing I could grab inside.
And then what about like if you go out with your friends?
No. When I go out with my friends, please, I'm a very demure girly.
What does that mean?
Like, be cute. Like, you can't have both your boobs, ass, and thighs out.
Okay.
No.
So you respect her basically.
Pick a struggle. Do you have your legs out?
Okay.
Is your dress very tight?
No, because I mean
that's what I'm trying. Like, I try to strike a balance.
Okay.
Amongst all of those things.
Yeah.
And fortunately, most of the time, the only thing that you'll find out is like my legs, which is not a problem. I hope not.
Okay, but anyway, like just in essence though, if your partner felt uncomfortable with whatever you're wearing in going out, you would consider his
100%.
Okay, cool.
100%. I don't want us to ever be in an uncomfortable position because of the apparel.
Yeah.
When we can literally just walk into My Choice Trading, Mr. Price, legit, and just get something that's gonna make both of us feel comfortable.
I feel you. And then you know, it's fun. Like the other day when we spoke about the whole Chris Brown thing, you kind of say some more stuff. So I don't even know if you're serious or you're just kind of kidding around, but yeah, it was a bit wild. But Joanna, what did I want to ask? So now in terms of like guys as well, like what would you say are your love languages? Do you know
in hierarchical order?
Well, I would assume so.
Let me give them to you in hierarchy.
Oh, usually like there's a top two, in honesty. The rest, yeah.
The thing is with me, I feel like they all go hand in hand.
Okay, fine. Then.
Okay, let's start with physical touch.
Is that number one? Would you say?
It's number one. It's number one or number two, which goes hand in hand with quality time.
Of course, okay.
Because I can't touch you if I'm not spending time with you.
Mm-hmm.
I can't spend time with you and not touch you.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Followed by acts of service.
Mm-hmm.
And gifts. Romelang basadi tšhelete tu.
Hey!
Romelang. Hi, sorry guys. Send that money. Send again money. Please.
Also, you believe who paid you? Allowance and all that stuff?
100%. Who does not? Silo, have you seen how I look? Yay. Maintain. Do you think I just go decide, wake up one day, I have 1.5 to spare, and I'm going to go do my hair, nails, and lashes? No.
Okay.
If I'm a child, even if it's not for maintenance, she's going to feel loved.
So
giving her money.
So if Mona Chilete, it's a no.
Why would you lose my child?
No, I know. I'm not Chilete on you, or maybe like for you.
I'm not child for me.
Yeah.
What are you saying? What are you saying?
No, but that's what I'm saying. Because there's guys out there who can take care of themselves and can take care of their families. And then obviously with you, yes, maybe they can spend money on experiences and maybe on certain activities and stuff, but not necessarily to now give you
beneficiary recipient.
Okay, fine.
Banking
with that being said, that's an interesting thing to segue to. So then, at what stage of the relationship does now that become important? Day one. He must give you money day one.
Day one, he must ask me for my account number for you to save.
Are you serious?
Yeah, galal. No. At what stage? I believe in fairness. Right?
Okay.
You can't spend on a person that you're only going to be with for 2 months.
Okay.
Right. Experiences, yeah, cool. We get that.
Yeah.
Right. But if it's something that you are going to be building with a person and you're looking at it, you're like, no, yeah, we're in the time saying, and you are 3 months into the relationship, Romelan time saying 5 tower you. Because in a month, it's all about dates, getting to know each other, doing all these fun things, experiences, like you say.
Yeah.
Second month is we are still honeymooning,
Yeah.
We are trying to more TikTok or trying to find all these cute restaurants and places that we can go to. But as soon as the first trimester is over,
3, 4 months.
3 months.
Okay.
Get your ish together.
If not, you're out.
Yeah, no, I eliminate that. The line is always moving. The line is always moving.
Like now, okay. Like, what are your deal breakers?
Cheating.
Is it cheating?
Cheating is a deal breaker for me.
Okay. Okay, can I ask you? Do you believe that cheating for men and for women is the same thing?
Apparently, it's not.
Apparently.
Apparently, it isn't.
Okay, so what is your perspective on that?
I've heard, according to my male friends.
But do you agree with it though?
Borini.
Do you agree?
Okay,
apparently,
with
let me hear first. Then
with men, it's just a physical thing. It's got nothing to do with what your partner is doing or is not doing for you. Whereas with us, it's the opposite. Women emotional cheat. If I were to cheat, I wouldn't just be doing it for the physical aspect of it. I'm going to be doing it because something is lacking in our relationship.
Yes.
If I'm not getting what I want in our relationship,
like money and stuff, yeah.
Emotionally more than money.
Okay.
Money is a big factor.
That's why I'm mentioning it.
No, money is a big factor, but it's not as factory as emotionalism.
You don't find it weird how women can kind of now like tilt the scale to their own benefits? Because now it's like it's very important, but then when it comes to the cheating, it's not as
no. Let me speak for myself. I'm never going to cheat on a man because I'm fetching.
Okay. Oh, you just leave his eyes.
Yeah.
You were like,
but you're not there. Then I'm going to leave you with your money.
Okay.
Versus a person that is there for me emotionally, I'll stay with that person.
Okay.
Marlene give me a timeline.
Okay.
Yes. I don't have time to play.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. But I mean, going back, so you're done with that explanation of the difference between...
Yeah, with you guys it's just physical. You guys just want what you want.
Yeah, like there's a funny analogy. They say that when guys cheat, it's like manslaughter, and then when women cheat, it's like premeditated murder.
Yes.
Right.
100%.
Right.
I agree with that analogy. I agree with it because I wouldn't just wake up one day and decide to cheat on my partner. Okay, you didn't do this today.
Yeah.
Next week, okay.
Yeah.
That other week, and then when I sit down and I introspect, and I'm like, Maro, answer serious. Oh, you are so gorgeous. Oh, you are so beautiful.
Oh wow. Okay. Yeah. But now does that give you perspective on why guys like they take cheating so hard from women?
Yes.
Right.
Because logic versus emotions.
Okay.
But then it was just a physical logical thing. Let me just do it.
I mean, a guy can sleep with the woman.
The moment you find out that your person is cheated on you as the male, you know that there's something that you failed to do. And it's like and you chose to not do it. He's going to be doing that, right? And that's when you're going to say Samson. It's his chief because he's been able to close that gap. He's bridged that gap. There's nothing I can come back from when it comes to that. So let me just move and let her and Samson handle their business.
So knowing that information though, so
I'm still not going to forgive you. Still not going to forgive you.
So you'd leave a man for cheating and then you're out.
Full stop. Like the moment I found out you even flirted.
Oh, really? Flirting? Like
the moment you do something that you wouldn't be okay with me doing.
Yeah.
That's cheating.
Okay.
So I know I wouldn't be okay with finding out that you cheated on me. That's why you flirted with someone rather. I'm going to leave you.
For flirting?
When I beautiful. Why ask her out on
you seem like the kind of girl who leave a guy for liking a girl's picture.
Just make sure I don't find out about it. I probably would.
Would you?
I probably would. That's just me being very honest with you. I probably would.
Yeah.
Especially if I don't know who that person is. And if I go on that girl's profile and you've liked almost every single picture that she's posted. It's a red flag, that one.
It's crazy, man. So like,
clearly you're attracted to her.
Oh, man. There's a lot of beautiful girls, but I mean, it doesn't mean I'm going to do anything about it.
Asas.
But that's the thing.
I'm not with you all the time.
So no, but the thing is that now you're gonna leave me on a wandering eye that has not done anything.
Wandering eye.
Do you think women should be held up to the same standard?
In terms of liking guys' pictures.
Or liking guys' pictures, responding to guys who buy drinks at bars. Maybe if a guy is like taking a guy's number.
Why are you giving out your number as a person that's in a relationship?
Oh, that's a good question.
Both males and females.
Girls do that, you know that, right? Even with girls in relationships.
I don't do that.
What do you mean?
I'm judging you guys.
What is it,
No, guys, you need to want better for yourselves. Hey.
But you know what happens though? No, but the reason I'm asking is because, I mean, is it fair for guys also to... Because the reason I was asking the difference between man and woman cheating was because obviously how a woman cheats is different to how a man cheats. I mean, especially in terms of how you guys get up to, especially let's say if cheating we equate it to sex, let me say. You understand? For you, it's easy for you to get sex as a woman. For me, it's difficult as a man. Oh, you don't believe that?
I'm listening to you.
Yeah?
I'm listening to you.
No, but also like you don't believe that statement because it's easy for you to get sex and difficult.
Yeah. No.
So you believe what's the opposite? Which one do you believe? You believe it's easy for me to get sex?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
And it's hard for you?
Girls are easily persuaded by dumb things. So baby girl, I'm going to buy you a Savannah.
No ways.
Next thing you know, you have a person in your bed.
Tell me, if you walked into a club right now and you asked and you want to have sex with any guy in there, and they're gonna say no.
Because it's me, they probably won't. But
oh, the answer is no. Whether it's you or any girl, as long as you're female. But let's say I walk into a club and then I approach women and I say, "Can I have sex with you?"
I think it's just there's a fair chance for both of us.
Come on, you can't tell honestly. Me to do that, though. How is it a fair chance for me as well?
You can find that there's a person that literally just wants to have sex, and they'll take anything and everything.
But like, what are the odds of that, though? Just in generality.
Just as much as
no. But your chances are way higher, though. Out of from 1 to 100 women, like maybe 90%, if not 99% of them, will all get late if they walked into a club and they wanted to have sex with any man?
I'll take that.
You take it, but you don't believe it.
We'll agree to disagree.
No, but I think I mean, like, this is just pure logic though, because I mean,
what point? Logic.
Yes. But it's pure logic though, to understand. Or no, I mean, you have a better chance of getting sex than I am. For me to get sex, there's a lot of boxes I need to tick for women, because at the end of the day, it's like women have got so many prerequisites to even give a guy a chance. Whether it's go to date, for number, whatever. Like, I need this. Like, he has to be tall enough. He has to be charismatic. He has to be funny. You know, obviously, like, you won't know if I've got money yet, but all of those other things are important, because I need to make you feel comfortable again. You know, at first, I know I need to make you feel comfortable. I need to make sure you like me. I need to make sure I'm not too obscure, or like you find me weird. Yeah, and I need to make sure that you know you enjoy my company. That's not easy to do.
Okay, it's Buffy.
For you, you can appear here and be like, you can come in there with a plastic bag. A guy will have sex with you.
Okay.
Eh?
I'll take that.
You know,
I'm taking that.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Obviously, because of the discrepancy, it's just in how different it is, which is why, you know, a guy takes it very hard for, like, with a woman cheating, because he knows what for you to kind of walk out. It was, you know, me, I always ask a girl, like, I've always thought about it. If my girl ever cheated on me, I'd ask her, so when this guy calls you, why don't you say no? Oh, I know. When they approach you and say, no, you know, you look sexy. Why don't you say, no, listen, brother, I've got a man. Okay, sharp. We missed that. When you say, can I have your number? Why don't you say, sorry, brother, I'm taken. I've got a boyfriend again. I'm taken. Okay, sharp. Let's skip that. When I invited you over, let's go for lunch. Let's go for lunch and do all this stuff. Why don't you say, no, I'm sorry, I've got a boyfriend. I'm taken. You know, okay, sharp. You know, or when he invited you over to his place, why couldn't you say no? So for me, I started saying, like, you have so many opportunities to say no.
To say no.
I've got a mood, I've got a partner, and yet you still bypassed all those opportunities to the point where
you cheated.
You cheated. You know, I always find you this old meme we used to see, and me and the guys used to like find it hilarious. There's this picture where it shows a girl, right, and the guy's trying to like take off her panties, and she kind of lifts her butt a little bit, and then there's a bubble that says, "Hey man, now you're asleep."
Similar to the one,
you know, and that thing is so funny, because like, you know, like most guys have been in that situation where it's like a girl, for whatever reason, maybe she's trying to stand on her morals, or maybe just trying not to go there, but somehow she got overtaken by something. Whether it's just
physical
touch, whatever it was that turned her on, and then she just gave in.
You can do dangerous being a physical touch.
Yeah, well, I mean, you said it's your number one, so I guess that makes sense.
Yes. That's why I know it's dangerous.
Yeah. So what is your longest relationship?
2 going on 3.
2 years going on 3. Mm-hmm. Would that be your longest you've dated?
That's the longest
You've ever been with a guy?
I've ever been with a person.
Yeah.
Correct. I've never been in a relationship shorter than a year.
Shorter than a year, okay.
So I'm, like I said, love or care. I fight for my relationship. I fight for my man. I fight for us until I see
So then tell me,
next.
Like, what are your thoughts on the dating market currently? Like, what's happening? And
trash.
What's happening? Like, what are your thoughts?
Trash.
What are your thoughts? Give me your perspective.
It's like an ocean with plastics. Guys, please use paper straws. I don't like them, but use paper straws.
Okay.
But it's ghetto.
Okay.
The dating scene right now is very ghetto. I found it very weird for me also to transition from being a single person to now being in a relationship. And even me getting into a relationship now took a lot.
Really?
It took a lot.
What's a lot?
I had to sit down and talk to myself and ask myself questions that I don't think I was ready to answer. You know, I had to judge a book by its cover.
Okay.
Like there's just a lot, you know. But the dating scene right now, guys, hey, Kubi, if you find a good man, please.
You see? But you've got so many things that you still need to like bypass in terms of hey, this thing deal break, hey, this is it. But
a deal breaker is a deal breaker. So just because you are a good person, every good person has a bad thing.
Okay.
But the question should always be: is that bad character, or bad characteristic rather? Pardon me. Is that bad characteristic going to be the demise of our relationship, or is it not? Is it something that we can work on, or is it not? Is it something that I can tolerate, or is it not? Same goes with you. Are you going to be able to tolerate the fact that I'm a loudmouth, or are you not? Compromise. What are you willing to compromise on? What are you not willing to compromise on?
So funny, like the way you said, I'm a loudmouth.
I'm a loudmouth.
Okay.
My boyfriend always gets shocked when I don't have anything to tell him.
I see.
Yeah, at the end of the day, when we catch up, it's like, I'm like, no, babe, I don't have anything. He's like, when?
So you're still talking about the advice, or what you're saying about the dating. So you're saying if you got a good man,
hold on to him.
Stick it out.
Yeah. And by me saying a good man, I'm saying if the good that your man has outweighs the bad by even a mile, hold on to him, because wow.
Yeah.
Go the divorcee. Go the father of 5. Go mama's boy.
Yeah.
If your man is a person that you believe that, he ticks most of the boxes. Even if it's 60%.
Yeah.
Hold on to him.
Okay. Ladies, yeah. Hope you guys are taking notes. Yeah. Okay, fine. Maybe before you close it off, what advice would you give each gender, just in terms of dealing with the opposite sex, maybe just in terms of trying to find themselves in this, what do you call it?
Ghetto. Yeah. And this ghetto dating world.
Let's say with guys, like how would you advise guys to kind of deal with their partners better, or with the opposite sex women in general? Or just relationship, whatever. Yeah, just whatever you.
To chance. It's mostly just, I know you guys are busy. You guys are chasing money, because we know without the money, a girl is going to.
Okay, allowance to try to defend school.
Yeah, they're not gonna make themselves.
Of course,
100%. But try to make time for your partner. Time is a very priceless commodity when it comes to being in a relationship. Listen to your partner, like I said earlier on. Listen to what she has to say. Even if it's like a very small, minute thing that is not that big of a deal. Like it's a big deal to her.
Yeah.
Be fun as well. Spontaneous. Women love reassurance. And reassurance is not you every day saying, oh baby, I love you so much. Reassurance is also in the form of you doing like these small acts of service type of thing. Hence I said to you, I feel like all these love languages are interrelated somehow. Dropping her a text or just checking up on her, it's going to make her feel like, oh, my man actually really cares, And it's very difficult for you guys to be vulnerable, but try. To my girls, be patient with your men. Very patient. I know I'm one person that's not patient. I sound very hypocritical right now.
Yeah, there's someone who knows Omphe.
Yeah. Be patient.
Yeah.
Be patient with your man. Rome is never built in a day. I know in every girl there's probably 2-3 guys. Apart from the partner.
Of course.
That wants you. But if you've made your choice and you want to be with that specific person, stick it out. Communication to both parties. Communication is very important. Talk to your person, find out where they are emotionally, mentally, psychologically. We are fighting demons that we don't even know of.
All right.
I wouldn't want to be fighting my mental health struggles alone. Thank God I've got a partner that understands that I'm, I've got demons that I'm battling, that I'm fighting, and he's there for me. The same way that I'm expecting him to be there for me, it only makes sense for me to be there for him. Let's not be selfish. I think that's the one thing that girls struggle with. We're very selfish human beings.
Yeah, tell me about it.
So it's a two-way street.
Yeah.
And also respect your partner.
Number one.
respect your partner, both parties, both genders. Respect your person. Because the moment we're not mutella, bumbongiseni ka ntle ka ba tlo bona hore axi next lo. Bolera to ba tlo bona hore o ena as the next.
We can also disrespect.
Do you understand? Respect your partner. If le lwana lo nang le dithu ka ntlong. If le teng mo taba ya lona.
Private.
You know, if it means sorting it out in the bedroom, sort it out in the bedroom. You know,
United front.
United front. That's what matters most. And always just try to avoid what the naysayers are going to say. People are going to talk.
Always.
Not everyone is going to approve of a relationship. As long as you both know where you stand with each other, that's all that matters.
It's amazing, man. It's beautiful. Wow. Bones, any questions you may have, man? Is there anything you want to... You good? All right, cool. Guys, I hope you enjoyed that one. Thank you, Omphe, for coming through. Appreciate it. I think it's going to be a good episode, this one, you know. So, guys, as always, like, comment, share, subscribe, all of that jazz. And we'll see you guys on the next episode, man. Peace out.